Hey guys, in this video we are back at the office and I'm going to be talking about how to do the perfect warm-up moto that will help you fine-tune your body position, because body position is the foundation for all good training. So why not fine-tune that and improve it in the very first moto every time you go out and train. So let's get into it. The method behind this strategy and this moto structure, as you will see, is actually splitting the body position into 5 components where you focus on each different joint on the body and then you will go through the body step by step and improve each area, and then after that in the last moto you will try to put it all together, and this is done in a pretty clever and cool way. So let's start with the first one. Well, actually the first one is just doing 1 or 2 siding laps around the track to see how the track condition is, okay? But then the first one, the very first moto where you focus on your technique, you're going to be focusing only on your foot peg pressure. And that means when the track gets more and more bumpy, you're going to apply more and more pressure into the foot pegs, so you will maintain traction, and also you will avoid getting your ass kicked by the seat, which can be pretty nice. And what that will do is it will develop a good habit of always maximizing traction. So that means you'll actually be sitting down most of the time in this moto and focusing on that foot peg pressure, and keep both feet on the foot pegs also in the turns so you don't put your leg out, okay? And then the next moto, we're gonna move further up in the joint chain, and that's gonna be focusing on your knee pressure. So you're gonna be standing up most of the time for the next 2 laps and focus just on always squeezing the bike gently. And when you brake hard, then you squeeze harder, because that's a good thing to do. And when you hit jumps, you squeeze less hard, because then you give the bike some freedom to move. So but you focus on always having some amount of pressure. And when you need to lean the bike down or corner the bike in stand-up turns, then you also squeeze harder, because that's how you control the bike well with your legs, okay? So that really enforces the habit of riding the bike with the knees and the legs and the lower body instead of the arms, okay? Now let's move to the next one. This is a famous drill. The next one is the one-handed drill. So you're going to be doing 2 laps riding only with the throttle hand, and then what I normally do is ride with the other hand in the side, like on my hip, like this. And then you're going to be standing up most of the time, but also sitting down for the turn, so you actually transition without gripping the grip for transitioning. So that's a pretty good drill. And you should note that it really helps to have tight core and having your chest leading. So if you find yourself pulling the handlebars, which is bad technique mostly, then you can just adjust your chest forward so it feels like you're leading the way with your chest, and you will find yourself in a way more relaxed and effortless position. This is a really good drill on how to be centered on the bike and also to unlock your arms and relax your arms more. Okay, especially on corner exit, by the way, it really helps to have the chest forward, and you can really feel that when you only ride with one hand, okay? Now the next moto is something we've created ourselves in our training camp. By the way, if you want to see where we're training, check the link below. The next 2 laps is gonna be what we call riding open-handed. So that means you have open fingers, you're not gripping the grips, you actually just have your thumbs around the grips. And that will force you, it's similar to when you're riding with one hand, it will force you to balance better on your bike and not over grip the grips and the handlebars. So it will force you to be more centered on the bike, more balanced, and ride more effortless and unlocked with your arms. An alternative, which is, we call it riding with imaginary zip ties on the handlebars. So if you imagine that the handlebars are not bolted on to the bike, but they're just zip tied around. So if you pull them too hard, you're going to pull off the handlebars. then you have to be gentle on the handlebars all the time. That's another really good drill that we also use instead of the open-handed motos. So now you're done with the four basic warm-up drills. Now the last drill, where you do as many laps as you want until you get tired, and where you build up your speed gradually. You're gonna see if you can merge all these techniques together that you've just been training. So the feeling of foot peg pressure, the feeling of knee pressure, and tight core, unlocked arms, gentle pressure down on the grips, is supposed to be one unit. And then see if you can keep it together when you build up the speed. Because what mostly happens when you just go out and go fast is this, all this finesse and technique that you might be able to do on a drill, it falls apart. We call it a form breaks down, or the attack position breaks down. And it can happen for even top level riders sometimes. So this warm-up method is a super cool way to improve your body position every time you go out and ride. If you liked it, give it a like. And right now we're training for the South Thailand Motocross Championship. And this is one of the tools we use to get prepared and ready to go out and perform well, go fast, and keep going fast for all the laps in every moto with correct body position. So hope you like this video, subscribe, and share it with a friend if you thought it was useful. Thank you, and see you on the next one.